everybody. So today we're gonna explore some of the street driving characteristics of the Colorado ZR2. And it rained last night. I'm not gonna go too crazy here, but we're gonna take this back road and I'll just show you kind of a thesis I've been working on, that this truck is really like the Subaru BRZ or Toyota 86 of trucks. So if you think of Ford Raptor, Ford F-150, probably more the Raptor we're talking about because we're thinking of sportier trucks, off-road trucks. Think of the Raptor as like the Mustang of trucks, and if you think of Ram Rebel or any of the Ram variants, it's probably more of the Cadillac of trucks because it's so comfy and luxurious by comparison to others. If we were talking off-road trucks, I would say ZR2 is more of an 86 type thing. And really what you're doing when you're getting this truck, you're not getting a great interior, not getting any prestige necessarily, but you are getting a great chassis with great suspension. Not a lot of power, not a lot of speed, but the handling, thanks to the Multimatic shocks and the chassis design, again for a mid-sized truck, is amazing. Now, the exception may be the Honda Ridgeline would be better, doing stuff like I'm doing right now, but that's not a body on frame. That's a Honda Pilot. That's a unibody. So here, I mean, we're not going nuts. A little bit of pace on the scenic windy road here, but it handles beautifully. You could feel the end rotate, acceleration, stopping, all really good and predictable and enjoyable, fun to drive a road like this. I've done a lot of off-road stuff that I've shown you guys. Obviously that's what the truck's for, but if you're driving it every day, you know, comfortable and quiet on the highway, this truck is, and you know, like, it's not a race car or anything, but if you're trying to move on the back roads, kind of simulate that sports or sporty car experience, again, for a truck, it's awesome. Those bigger full-size trucks, you're not rotating the way this truck rotates or holding your composure through a bump or anything like that. You're not looking for lines, you're just cruising, which again, it's great. But you could do your very own, I'm trying to think of the right way to say it, but you could do your very own sporty driving experience, I guess, in the Colorado ZR2. But you can also have the utility of the truck and the off-road ability of it. As you can see here, there's an off-road mode, not a dedicated sports mode. And you can choose the highest gear. See, I just flipped down. The highest gear can be 4th. It's not a true manual mode, but if you're trying to keep in the power band where you need to be, if you're kind of driving a little bit more spiritedly on a road roads like these, you can do that. You can kind of force the transmission to stay in the gear you want, or max out of the gear you want. Whereas, you know, in some other trucks, you don't have that ability, or it's really not conducive to this. It's more just if you're towing or something like that. So you can use it for engine braking, you can use it for maintaining power and using acceleration, etc. Also, one thing I do to keep this truck on the sportier side when I'm on road is I'll shut off traction control. Something I'm not going to do today, because again, it's a lovely, cool, crisp fall morning, but it also is kind of damp. So not the best day to turn off traction control with off-road tires and driving on corners and twisty roads. So essentially, what you have here is a really versatile truck for all the trouble it's given me, and I'll continue to talk about that too. Try to get it resolved one way or the other. You know, for the off-road vehicles I've had, the FJ Cruiser, the Jeep Wrangler JL. This is by far the best handling vehicle, most capable on-road, most most comfortable, quietest off-road. You can have a debate all day about whether those SUVs are better than the truck in terms of how they handle off-road, how they can rock crawl, how they can have a good breakover angle so you can get over obstacles easier. But I don't think you can really debate which one's best on-road, because by far it's this truck. Jeep is noisy and bouncy, and yeah, you get a Sahara, which is more on-road friendly, but then, I don't know, some Jeep folks might get angry with me for saying this, but you're not really using the Jeep for what it's for. It's more of a lifestyle vehicle, and you know, it's a convertible SUV, and yeah, that's great, comfy, fun, great cruising around, go to the beach, have fun with your friends, but you know, you got all this off-road stuff, all this capability, even on the Sahara, and you know, I feel like people might upgrade a Sport into a Rubicon style trim if that's what they want, but you don't really upgrade a Sahara. You enjoy it for what it is. It's more of an on-road version of the Jeep. FJ Cruiser, it's off-road capable, really fun to drive. Comes with street tires, which is obnoxious. Of course, you're buying them used now, so maybe the one, if you pick one up, it has a tire upgrade, or it's a little bit more off-road ready in that regard. But you know, you can do whatever you want with one now, and you can really enjoy it. But again, it's a rough ride. It's kind of noisy, not as bad as a Jeep. It's more on-road suited than a Jeep would be. Even, you know, if you do swap out the tires, which I did on mine. But you know, you're not going to be able to hustle it through corners. It's going to roll on you. This truck is just, you know, the ZR2 just so flat, so even in the corners. You know, obviously we're just doing the traffic community thing right now. But yeah, I just can't believe how impressive this. That's one of the reasons what brought me to it. I can't believe how impressive this truck is on road, in addition to its pretty, you know, impressive capability off-road. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a few more comments throughout some of my drives today, bring it all together, give you some conclusions, and you can watch some of the other videos for more off-road stuff, but today's more of an on-road point of view driving experience, and you get to hear me mumble and ramble. So you know, if you like that, by all means, continue to join me throughout this day as I go to and from work and talk about the truck. Thanks. Once we get over this bridge and the traffic clears a little bit, try pick up the pace on another twisty kind of road uphill, just to show some of the power and torque we've got here. Something else, obviously, the handling. There's a school bus up ahead, and not trying to disregard the safety of anyone, but going up a big hill behind a school bus is not always the most fun driving opportunity. So let's see if we can make it past some of these folks here. Play it by there, by ear. Again, we're using traction control off, off-road mode, two-wheel drive, keeping the max gears low. I'm afraid this demonstration is not going to be terribly interesting, because we have some people pacing. I feel kind of like I'm playing Mario Kart. I want to break out. I wish I had a blue shell. Pretty sweet. Let's see how this goes. Bad. Well, not much of a handling test, but got a bunch to get through some of that slow moving traffic. Alright. Gonna commute a while longer, put the windows back down, enjoy the drive, listen to my favorite podcast, and meet you guys back on the highway, talk about how that goes. So you're about to see how this truck gets on the highway. We can take some on-ramps with some pretty good speed and composure. Like I was saying earlier, the suspension enables that. Nice flat handling, good turn in, nice rotation. Again, for a truck, that's really impressive how well it does with that. Just gonna work our way onto this on-ramp. keeping the max gear kind of low. Traction control off, off-road mode on, just to improve the throttle mapping and the shift patterns, because the shift patterns are maximized for efficiency even in this mode. This is the off-road, desert running, rally driving kind of mode, and even then you have to fight the truck to stay in the power band because it just wants to upshift and slow you down, which is great and all for saving gas. And when I switch to cruise mode here and put on cruise control, it's great. Though sometimes hills on the highway slow you down, and the transmission wants to gear hunt to try to get up the hill. So sometimes I might set the max gear for 6th rather than 8th, just to help prevent that from happening. Gas mileage is a pretty decent 17, 18 miles a gallon for the most part. You see my max is, my average rather, is about almost 18, 17 and a half. So, could it be better? Yeah, definitely. But for mixed use, it's pretty good. Alright, let's see how this goes. So I have the little back window open right now. So it's a little noisy, but if I were to close it, and unfortunately I can't do that electronically, if I were to close it, it would be really quiet. It's very, very quiet for a truck, especially, you know, a base level work truck that's been refined and updated with parts. It's not like we got a Ram, which is basically engineered to be quiet and supple. You know, it's a pretty simple mid-sized truck that's been upscaled with performance parts, but not really any luxury accoutrements. So what you see is what you get, and like I said, with that back window, it's very quiet, very comfortable to cruise in. Speaking of cruising, let's bring it up to 8th gear max, turn off some of the performance aids that I've identified, switch to cruise control, set it for cruising speed, and there you go. There's your commute. On the way home, you can drive with one thumb, you know, speed up, slow down. This particular route I take home does have some traffic at this time of day, so sometimes to get in or out of it, I might shift back out of this mode. Or, you know, not being an adaptive cruise control, sometimes it's better to just say, hey, I'm going to right foot it, and it becomes less of a headache rather than tap, 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 tap the whole time. You know, just driving normally, cruise control isn't great for that sometimes in this truck. So an adaptive cruise would be nice, let you take what you can get. And when people merge and the people next to them get nervous, we slow way down. So we're already turning off cruise control. I hope you guys leave any questions or comments in the comments section. I really do love the way this truck drives, love the way it handles. Performance is really second to none in the mid-size category. The all-rounded nature of it. You can really do just about anything in it. Again, I've done tons of off-road stuff, so check that out on the channel. Usability is great, functionality is great, performance is great, build quality not so great. Still dealing with a lot of issues. Currently, we had some major squeaking and problems with the leaf springs, despite having cleaned them and lubed them many times. So there might be an issue with the bushings we have to check out. We had problems with the infotainment. My phone's just a little slow since the iOS 13 update. So Apple Maps there, or should I say Google Maps there, isn't really refreshing, but that's not the problem. The problem is the factory nav never wants to go, and often it says SD card removed, and then you lose your navigation. And most of us use our phones for navigation at this point, but you know, it's something you pay for, you want it to work. So they've tried to fix that 5 or 6 times now. Replaced the USB card, replaced the card itself, SIM card itself, or SD card rather, replaced the whole head unit. Still get it, doesn't matter whether I plug in the phone or not, plug in an iPod or not, it still comes up. Try different devices, different cables, no dice, so it's a little weird. We fixed a short in the fuse box, which is up front in the engine bay. We fixed the battery bracket that was squeaking like a creaky old mattress. So that was probably the most annoying thing you could imagine, listening to it day in and day out. That's gone, so that's good. I had to find that one myself, but fixed it. B pillar still ticks and rattles. Comes and goes with the humidity. Right now it's not doing it, thank goodness. What else? Vacuum hoses were detached at one point when I first bought the truck, so that's been straightened out. The seatbelt has twisted, or the tensioner is messed up, so that's another reason why I'm not going to drive too aggressively. I'm not so confident about the seatbelt right now, so I'm hoping to get that straightened out. The fuel door in the back doesn't want to open and close properly. You have to tap it like 50 times to get it open and closed. I'm probably forgetting a few things. Again, I'm just trying to be open and honest about what this truck can do, how nice it is, and how happy I am with it regarding the performance and the capability, but you need to be aware that the build quality is just, it's lackluster to say the least. This is a 2019, there's a GM strike currently, but this was built before the strike, so maybe they were thinking about striking a lot sooner. And you know, I do support our workers all over the world, and you know, I can't blame them for what happened, but you know, GM quality control definitely needs some work. My cousin has a 2017, does all the same kind of commuting and off-roading I do, has not had one single problem with it. So, you know, if you see my video about my last Jeep, maybe you think that's just me or just my luck. I don't know how to explain that, but I got two duds in a row regarding build quality and reliability. So there you have it. I mean, I actually forgot to mention another issue with the transfer case. It squeaks and whines on its own sometimes, like a bad set of brakes. If I flip it 4 high, on and off, it'll go away, but it comes back. So, I mean, I feel like every week something new pops up, and I'm not trying to, you know, bemoan too much or complain too much about the truck, but, you know, you need to know if it's a truck you're interested in, just keep in mind you're going to be taking some bad with all the goods. Anyway, we're just cruising here, kind of a boring drive. I don't have much more to say at the moment, except that if you want to get a Colorado ZR2 and you get a good deal with, that fits with your lifestyle and financial situation, I do recommend it, but with some caveats, so just keep that in mind. I'll continue to make more videos. My son Griffin and I do love to have some adventures in this truck, and we'll still talk about it, give you some updates as we go along. Again, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, let us know. We started Instagram too, Driven to Distraction with no vowels. I'll put it up in the links in the description, so check that out too. I have lots of car stuff I like to share with you guys. So check it out, participate, share back, like, subscribe, etc., etc. Thanks a lot, appreciate it.